Hey, this is Enoch from All Dogs Off-Road, and today we are going to do a little bit of fixaroo on Yogi. As always, it seems to be an ongoing rebuild series, I think, but we're going to address a front drive shaft issue, primarily around the U-joints. Coming back from Johnson Valley, we have found that my U-joint on my front drive shaft has completely disintegrated. So we are going to change out U-joints today on the front little half shaft between your four-wheel drive transfer case and your front differential. There is 2 U-joints on there, and we will be replacing both of them. You do not want to just replace one. You might as well just replace both of them. You're going to have it off anyways. So come over here and check it out. You can kind of see what's wrong with it and kind of get a visual and understanding of what to look for if you have the same problem. All right, now that we are underneath the vehicle, we've got our little half shaft here. That's what I like to call it. It's a full drive shaft, but it's a tiny guy. On each side, or each end of this shaft, there is a U-joint. The U-joint connects to the transfer case and then connects to the front differential. On mine, the front U-joint here is completely disintegrated, and Chad will kind of show you here. All this movement up and down, left and right, there should not be any movement in any way, shape, or form. So a telltale sign for this, while you're driving down the highway, it could be at medium to slow speeds or up in the high range speed. For me, it was in the high range speed zone. When I was in between 60 and 70 miles an hour, I had a huge vibration underneath here, and it was in my feet. I kept feeling it in my feet, and I couldn't figure out what it was. I thought maybe it was a rear drive shaft U-joint, but typically that is going to be a rumble in your butt. You'll feel that. So at least on the Xterra. And in this case, it just happened to be that it's this front one. We jacked it up yesterday, got underneath here and started messing with it, and saw that all of the pins of one of the caps has completely fallen out. So we have full motion, left, right, up and down. And then when you're rotating it, you get a lot of slop. So if anytime you go to slow down or anything like that, you'll hear a loud click and thunk underneath the vehicle.
It's probably the worst U-joint I've ever seen.
So the funny part is this is how bad my rear U-joint was about 3 months ago. And to be honest, I was so focused on the rear U-joint being replaced that I missed this. I'm pretty confident that this was probably bad at the same time as the other one, because this is original factory U-joints, and that we're about to hit 300,000 miles. So the fact that I've been able to get that many miles out of these, I'm super, super happy. We're gonna get them out, put in some nice new ones, and we should get rolling down the road nice and smooth at that point. And here's our drive shaft, front drive shaft, a Dana Spicer component. Here, if you want to come take a peek at this, you can see on the inside here where the cap is actually broken. My vibration was so bad after the pins fell out. And that seems about right. Like, I mean, I thought my car was going to fall apart when I was around 65 miles an hour. So this is a very good example of, like, pay attention to your drive lines. Do checkups on your drive lines, you know, every year, every 6 months, something like that. Just make sure they're all good. So this one still is okay here, but this it's bound up. It's like super, just real grindy in there. So both of them definitely have to be replaced, and probably should have been replaced a year ago. So we've got the replacement parts for the components that failed on the driveline. They are the universal joints that we picked up from Rock Auto. We're trying out a company called J&B. These are manufactured in Japan. Not all their components are, but these are manufactured in Japan. So we're gonna test them out, see how they do. Moving forward with the disassembly process, we are going to remove these pins that are holding the U-joint in place. I've already pulled out the other 3 all the way around, so you can see that they're all removed. And since we're in a shop and not in the middle of a field, I figure we'll do this the little bit more appropriate way. We've got a ball joint press here, and we're gonna place this on this side. And then I'm gonna grab a drill and kind of and push that through, reverse the other side, push it through, and then that should just fall out. It's close, but not quite enough. So we're gonna have to flip it over and then press the other side so that way we can get this pushed out this way and then pull it off. Back up properly. Good? Not quite. Good? Oh yeah, we're good. Beautiful. There we go. All right, just need to flip it over. And there's the piece. So this comes off nice and clean. You just want to get rid of all of the debris, and then we'll clean this up before we install the new ones as well. So, alrighty. We'll move on to the next ones. Rinse and repeat, both sides. This is the core here without all the pins. You can see this is all rust, so this is from the pins. Basically the seal broke, moisture, you know, debris, stuff gets in there and then starts eating away at the pins, corrodes the pins, and they start to fall apart. You can kind of see on the inside of that one all the rust. The rubber seals go around this and join these two together to make sure that it's a clean seal, no debris and stuff gets inside. Once those seals disintegrate, basically it's time to change these out. And I waited a little longer than I should have, but we're still okay. Jeez. Oh, yeah, none left in this one either. Just a bunch of rust. Yeah, rust and disintegrated parts. Oh wow, look at this. So all of these are supposed to look identical to this. Every single one of these would be the same as this. See how that's been worn down, that one's been worn down, and that one's been worn down from its original shape. That's the only one that was still good. The rest of them have just been completely disintegrated. I'm really disappointed in myself, to be quite honest. I can't believe that I let it go this far. I just never checked my front drive shaft. Bad habits. As you can see, quite a bit of damage, very worn. This is the only good stud. The rest of them have been worn down really, really bad. Here's the brand new one. I'm gonna pull off one of the caps so that you can see. Nice and new. All the pins on the inside with the grease. Alrighty, so this guy we're gonna install next and see how it turns out. You're making it easy. There we go. Once you've got this, the pins back in on both sides, typically you can wait till you have this completely reassembled, but I'm just showing this so you can see in the video. Once you have them both inside, this is going to be super tight. You won't be able to move it. You're going to take a sledge, not on the unit, not on the U-joint, but on the metal housing that the little bushings are pushed into. You want to tap it. Tap it. That's it. Just a couple good whacks, and now this is completely set and it moves. If you don't do that, your U-joint has a high probability of breaking. You tapping this allows those pins to properly set and the grease to get where it needs to go, and everything frees up. So we've reassembled the shaft and we're going to reinsert it into Yogi. I'm just joking. We have reassembled the drive shaft. We're going to reinstall it back in. It's going to be reverse order in the way that you took it out, so it should be nice and easy. There's going to be 4 bolts on each side. You reuse the ones that you took out, and you torque them down to roughly about 44 foot-pounds. To do so, it's going to be a little bit hard because it's going to be hard to get a torque wrench on this, so your best bet is to just give it the good old heave-ho and make it as tight as you can with your hands. Typically, that's around 50 foot-pounds roughly for the average person. We will slide this bad boy in and install some bolts. We've got everything reinstalled and greased up, ready to go. It looks beautiful, everything's tightened down and torqued. If you have any questions about this video, hit us up down below or in our DMs on any of our social medias, and we'll be there to answer any questions you might have. And if you like this video, pick some stuff up from us so we can make more.
That's not what you said.
If you like this video, buy some shit.